Welcome back to SnowRunner, y'all, and today we're going to be sending some trucks up some steep hills. Let's go! But before we do that, though, I want to give y'all a look at the vehicles that we're going to be running today. Now, on this end, we have Frog's 6-door CatEye. Then we have this, I believe it's a 98 K3500 by Limes. I could be wrong on the year, but I believe it's around that range. Then we have the OffRoad Wrecker from Matt's OffRoad Recovery, or actually, well, technically, Fred's OffRoad Recovery, considering the name of the modder. This is Chad's C70, which this is a private mod. And then this is John's freaking beast of a Ram 3500. And now that y'all have seen the truck lineup, let's go ahead and start running these things up the hill. And we're actually going to start at the other end with the MegaCab HD, because this thing I really enjoy. Not only do I really enjoy driving it, but I really enjoy sending it up obstacles. It's just a really fun truck to drive. Why did the, oh my god, why did the CatEye turn itself on? Can we, like, not? Can we not turn ourselves on, please? Thank you. Why does it keep starting its engine? Oh my god. Every time I switch out of that truck, it starts its engine. Stop. I am literally going to have to dev tool my way over to the Dodge so that, like, in order to make the CatEye not turn its engine back on. Why is SnowRunner like this sometimes? It confuses the heck out of me. All right, so let's make sure this thing is in all-wheel drive, get it turned around, and see what this thing can do up the hill. All right, let's go ahead and set it up. And we'll give it a pretty good run up. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Oh, come on. Because we have all of these, like, really high-detail trucks on the screen right now, there might be the occasional bit of frame lag, but, yo, this thing, whoa! Okay, well, I'd say that was a successful run. I mean, that jumped pretty much over the top of the hill. Now, our next rig that we're going to run is going to be Chad's C70. This truck I have basically zero experience with outside of using it in some RP scenarios, so I have no clue what it's going to be like out here. I've never taken it to a mud park. I've never taken it to a hill climb. So as far as what it's going to perform like, I have absolutely no idea. But we're going to find out, and come on, send it. A little bit of that frame lag again because we got all these trucks down here. But let's see what this thing can do. We'll throw it into high. Come on. I mean, it's not quite as fast as the Dodge, but it shows absolutely no signs of giving up. Yeah, I mean, it just screamed its way right up the hill with zero drama whatsoever. That's kind of what this truck is always like, though. It's very like direct to the point, no issues, just gets it done. Now, next up, we have the heavy off-road recovery rig, and this thing is gonna be interesting because it's obviously not designed for mud. It's designed more for like rocks and trails and off-road recoveries, but I don't think that that's going to be an issue, you know? I don't think it's going to look at this hill and be like, nah, I can't do that. And as a matter of fact, oh! A little bit of a harsh landing, but it really accelerated on its way up the hill. Did we blow out the suspension? Oh my god, we blew out the suspension and the fuel tanks. Well, that's actually kind of like, disheartening because I figured it would last a little bit longer. Oh my god. Now this, y'all know this truck, and y'all know how silly it is in terms of speed and performance and power. I anticipate that this thing could very well fly over the other trucks. I don't know that for a fact, but oh god. I can barely keep this thing under control. I legit can barely keep it under control. Oh my god. I was trying not to flip it. And style. Oh my god. Literally barrel rolled and turned around and looked at the other three. It's like, hey, what's up, y'all? What's the matter? Can y'all not do barrel rolls at the end of your hill climb too? Like, oh my god. All right, and for the last one, we have the 6-door CatEye, which this thing is an absolute beast, by the way. It's another truck that I haven't driven in a very long time, so I'm really curious to see what it'll do up this hill climb. And I don't think I've ever attempted this obstacle with this truck. Such a beast, though. I love these stretched, like, 6-door rigs. I've seen a couple of them in the real world, and they're quite a sight to behold, that's for sure. Just make sure all-wheel drive is on. It's always on, so we're good. Hey, you know what? Very little drama, but it put in the work. God, it absolutely ripped up that hill. So actually, all of these trucks pretty much did that hill climb flawlessly, with the exception of the off-road wrecker completely obliterating its suspension and its fuel tank once it got to the top of the hill, which isn't necessarily a big issue, but at the same time, you kind of want to keep your, your suspension and your fuel tanks. I don't know. I kind of want to keep those. Now, after absolutely bombing down that hill in the 6-door CatEye, I really wanted to see what this thing would do on some of the other obstacles on this map, because when I think about it, I don't think I've ever actually brought this truck here, which is wild considering how old this truck is. Because I'm sure that there's going to be some people that are gonna point out, like, hey, that's a really old mod, like, that's a really old truck. And in the grand scheme of SnowRunner mods, like, sure, it is fairly old, but, like, for whatever reason, I never brought it out here, and oh my god, it shreds. Why did I never bring this out here before? Holy shred machine. Oh my god. This thing just doesn't give up. Dude, this doesn't even remotely give... Oh my god. What about this last part? It's probably going to start sinking here. Yep, I figured it would. I figured it would do that. Like, once I put it back into, like, first gear and automatic, it's okay. It's not, it's not like it's completely stopped in its tracks. But when the mud gets deep enough, actually, why did I say that? I spoke just a little bit too soon. Just a little bit. Come on. Give it a pull. Yep. Let's get it on out of there, because we know for a fact that once it just, even in first gear, like, if it's in first and it's just digging and sinking, it ain't going much further. It ain't gonna happen. Now, I will say, I want to attempt this other little area over here, too, because this area is, like, tragically underused on this map, and there's so many great areas on West Georgia Mud Park that are, in my opinion, tragically underused. Like, everybody is like, oh, I just want to go to the swamp, or I just want to go to the main mud pit, but never goes to a lot of the other, like, smaller areas like this one. And I think that's really sad, because Lime's put so much detail and effort into all of the different areas on this map, and so many of the areas go unused. Tragically so. Speaking of tragic, we are tragically stuck. Very tragically stuck. Let's actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and grab the good old K3500, which is still doing just fine after its, barrel roll incident. Let's go ahead and back you up, get you down the hill. I'm just letting it roll with gravity right now. And I'm going to attempt those other obstacles in this thing, because I think that this will just absolutely monster them. And, oh, where are you going? Okay, had a little bit of an issue there for a second where the frames were just, like, freaking out on me. This game usually doesn't give me any, like, frame rate issues, but every once in a while you'll have that off day where, like, the game just decides, yeah, I don't want to run very well today, and I don't know why that is. Usually this game runs super well for me. Not sure why, like, some days it's just like, we're not running right today. And go! Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I have to lift off the throttle to keep this thing from going into the atmosphere. This is gonna monster it. Oh, I guarantee you. Oh, my God. I don't think I've ever driven through here this fast. Holy smokes! And we still weren't in high mode on the suspension. I am actually astonished right now, dude. This thing is insanity. All right, let's give it a run through here. Beans it, come on. And yoink. Hello there, how are you? Doing just fine, thanks. I'm gonna go back to blasting through this mud pit, thank you very much. Wow. Dude, there's nothing that this thing can't do. There's nothing that this thing can't do. There's nothing that this thing can't go through. It's just like, yeah, we're fine. Don't even worry about it. Boing and yeet. God, hello again. What even is this thing? It's so crazy. You can just keep doing laps in these giant mud pits, and it's just like, yeah, whatever. I mean, like, you can keep doing that if you want. I'm not really gonna complain. I have never found another rig that could just do laps out here like this. What? Oh, land it. Wow. Dude, I don't even know what to say. I truly don't even know what to say about that. That is just... I mean, you want to talk about doesn't care? That is a level of doesn't care that I don't even know if I've ever seen to that extent before. That is just actual insanity. Now, I wonder, how might this thing do? How might this thing do if we take it through that mud pit over there? Not the long one, because we've taken this truck through the long one before, and we kind of know what happens, but I want to know what happens in the one that we just ran the K3500 through, because, God, I've never seen a truck perform like that. Literally ever. All right. Well, actually, this sets us up perfectly to yoink. There, all-wheel drive, make sure it's on. Uh-oh. Bogged out. Yep. I mean, I kind of figured it would get bogged out, but I didn't figure it would get bogged that quickly. That was pretty fast, actually, to end up getting slowed down that much. Let's see. All right, let's turn you around. Try for one more run. Not bad, but like once it loses that momentum, it's in big trouble. Okay, now see if it gets the momentum back, though. If it gets it back, it's okay. It's just kind of in a weird place where if it loses the momentum, that's when this truck is kind of doomed. And I think it probably does that just solely because of, you know, part of the way it's tuned and part of the way it's set up and partially the tire grip as well. But if y'all enjoyed this video that began with a hill climb and ended in a mud pit, then let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I will see y'all next time. Talk to y'all later.